am Lone Shaffi, and I'm standing in front of the Egyptian Theatre on Hollywood Boulevard, which is really a festive place to me. It is such a joy. I always loved this theatre, and I'm really proud that the film gets screened here.
It's very, very exciting to be here. It's been a long journey in education, but it's great to be having our first premiere in LA. We started in Sundance back in the beginning of the year. We did Berlin, and then we did Telluride in Toronto, and now we're here.
Dominic was saying last night, actually, when's this film coming out? Because it feels like a really long ride, but Sundance was amazing. I'd never been to a film festival before, and so the reception it got there was not just a relief, but like a real joy. It was lovely.
For it to have got the attention that it's got, and for people to react in the way that they have, it's very heartwarming, actually, and wonderful that people still respond to a film that is ultimately about human emotions and about a girl growing up and learning the hard way.
I love Nick Hornby, who wrote An Education. I'm dying to see it. He's a brilliant writer. About a boy, high fidelity, long way down.
I love Nick Hornby's writing, and there are these astonishing other actors involved. And the payoff is that this small film from nowhere has become a popular film in its own right because of its merits, and not because it's been sold or plugged by anybody particularly.
I attached myself to this script a long time ago with a different director, and it went through many variations, and that director had to leave, and we didn't know how the movie was going to be made, and then Lone stepped in, and it was just like the gods sent us really exactly what we needed, and then Carey, after that.
I've read all of Nick's books. I've seen Lone's movies, and I knew that Emma Thompson was doing it and Peter Sarsgaard, and I just thought, it's a dream cast. But more than that, it was just a lead role for a young woman who has a real experience, who has something that really happens to her and goes on a journey. Is so rare to find. And when I went into audition, Emma Thompson and Peter were attached, and so I would pay them to let me be in it.
We had a very good cast. It's phenomenal, and it's wonderful for a director to work with people at that level, because it's just really easy. People play parts they haven't played that much. Alfred Molina is very funny and very fragile in the film, and Rosamund Pike, who's usually a very classy actress, is just a plain dumb blonde in this film, and so it was amusing. It was great to shoot, and I think you can feel the joy that the actors had while doing this. You can feel that in the film, that someone enjoys telling you this story.
It was just a very happy set, and all those young girls being schoolgirls, and I got to be the funny, kooky teacher. It was a pleasure. The whole thing was a pleasure.
The Paris montage, the time we spent in Paris was amazing. It was 2 days with no sound, and the whole crew just sort of drinking a few glasses of wine during the day, and running around shooting the most beautiful locations in Paris. So it's a good day's work.
Carey Mulligan's career has already taken off. She, at a very early stage, her agent would show clips from this film to people, and then they hired her. So straight after this, she had a couple of roles, and now she has a really big one. And she deserves it. She deserves the praise. She is very, very talented, very hardworking, and she makes good choices. So I think she has many good films ahead of her.
It's one of those movies where at the end of it, I feel like I'm waking up from a collective dream with the audience. And, time flies as you're watching it, and I think that there are very few movies these days that really allow an audience in that kind of loving way, and give them something at the end of the movie that is not just filled with anger. It's a positive movie, made by a Danish person, The temperament, you can feel the temperament in the movie.
It was brilliant that she isn't British, because Nick Hornby is such a British writer, and it's such a British subject, and she brought that European sensibility, that Scandinavian, she sort of one step away, an observational quality to it, and she really nailed how to deal with the marginal question of whether this is paedophilia or a love story. And she really, in that unselfconscious Scandinavian way, just said, it is what it is, let's not be squeamish about it.
It's a very interesting portrait of a man seen through the eyes of a young girl, and the tone of the script is brilliant. It's humorous and warm, and it's something that I would want to spend a couple of years of my life with, and characters that I wanted to be with for a very long time. I hope people feel recognized when they see the film, that they feel that they are amused and that they get all the jokes that Nick Hornby wrote, but that they also feel that it touches them on a deeper level. It's not just about education, it's also about the fragility you have when you're young, and it's about love.
People have asked me that about today, sort of messages and things. I think really for her, she finds her own way in life. She finds an independent. She endures this sort of mistake that she makes. But ultimately, I think it's just a happy film. Like, it's so nice to be in a happy film.
It should inspire them, really. I think that education actually gives you choice. Life is full of ups and downs and wrong turns, but you can overcome it and kind of move on.
Go home and do your homework, and don't hang out with dodgy blokes at dodgy cafes and dog races. Go to university.
Sorry, they're starting the movie.
Hello. Welcome to this glorious theater. I would like to introduce an incredible filmmaker. When we saw her film several years ago, Italian for Beginners, we were bereft that it was not a Sony Classics film. So here we are years later with an incredible film that she has made. She is the director, and her name is Lone Scherfi.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you for bringing this film to the United States. I'm so proud to be in this building. I've passed by a number of times wishing that I could go and see a film here. I had no idea it was going to be a film that I directed, so I'm moved and honored and happy to get this done very quickly. So let me introduce Finola Dwyer, the producer, and Jim Stern and Douglas Hansen. And finally the cast, our leading lady, Carey Mulligan, Olivia Williams, Peter Sarsgaard, and Dominic Cooper. I'm so happy to see all of you again. Does anyone want to say something? Except I hope you will enjoy the film. And please give the actors a hand because they've done it well.